Hello, boyos!
Hello, boyos!
This is the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything is and always will be video games. This week, we are talking about video game lawsuits. That's pretty much it. There's a big one that happened. We'll get into that. And there's a smaller one. Maybe it's interesting. We'll find out on this week. My name is Nick. That over there is Jacob. How you been, Jacob? How you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, I have some things to. We'll get to it in what you've been playing, but okay. You know, I wanted to point out it's episode 50, Nick. We did it.
No, not quite. We got 2 more episodes, and then I'll consider it that we did it.
Oh, because then it's a full year.
It's a full year.
Well, yeah. Episode 50, though, you know, and new show, new us, because we got this new background. Look, I'm grabbing the levers right now. See?
Oh, okay.
You could grab the other joystick.
Is it right here?
Move
right
to the other side of the screen.
To the
yeah,
right here.
A little too far. Put it more right to here? The middle.
Right here.
A little bit more?
A little bit more?
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's okay. And then the buttons are like right here, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
playing
perfect.
Video games.
we're in a box now. We've put ourselves in a fucking box.
Yeah, we've really boxed ourselves in, so to speak.
So to speak. If soda could speak, what would it say? It would say something like something like that, you know?
Oh God.
It's probably what it would say.
I hate it here.
Yeah. So what was last week's question? What the fuck? Did we even get any? Did we even have a question last week? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even know. We got no comments, so doesn't matter.
No comments. Fuck everybody.
There's no question.
There's no question last week. We're just not even gonna answer it. What you been playing, my guy?
I've been playing a lot.
Yeah.
I got
what?
I got the PS5, which we mentioned last week. Been playing a lot of games. Returnal, I've played a little bit more of Returnal. Really, I've done like a couple more runs of Returnal. Still just in the second biome. Not much to add there. But I played a lot of Miles Morales.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm liking it a lot. The challenges are fucking bullshit. Oh my God. They are absolute ass. I hate them so much. They're way too hard.
Oh, I see. Like the one where you can't be seen by the robots, or
yeah.
Use the bombs in a certain amount of time.
There's one specifically where you have to grab objects and do spin hits with the objects, and it's like they don't give you enough characters to do it in enough time, enough bad guys to do it in enough time. It's absolutely bullshit. I've done all the challenges now, but I didn't 3-star them all because fuck that. I don't need it for the platinum. So that has been killing me. But while I was playing Miles Morales, I thought it'd be cool to do picture-in-picture, right? Because I was like, oh yeah, they were talking about how PlayStation has picture-in-picture. So I was sort of looking into it, and it's like totally garbage tier right now. But the technology is there for them to make it work really well. Because like the only way to really get picture-in-picture is if someone's doing share play in your party. Or if you go to the explore page and there's like certain live streamers that you can click on and you can put it in a bubble. Okay. Otherwise, you can only do workarounds and it's going to take up like half your screen. You can't have like an actual picture in picture.
Right.
So this is something I've been thinking a lot about. They need to fix this shit. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about.
All right. So you've been playing Miles Morales and
fix picture in picture.
Fucking with picture in picture.
They need to fix it.
Right off the bat, Jake. Right off the bat, I have to say fuck you. All right. I have to say fuck you because I just checked our motherfucking YouTube page and you fucking lied. You son of a bitch.
Oh, is there a comment?
You son of a bitch. There's a fucking comment. And I swear to God, if we fucking miss this one, we're not going to hear the end of it.
Oh, no.
Or we will hear the end of it and we'll never get another fucking answer. So here we go. Last week's question was, what was the reason for Bill and Melinda Gates' divorce?
Oh yeah.
Sub question, does love exist? Cooking for Group 7 hours ago said, I think Bill Gates heard the Queen of England was single and wanted to take a shot at her. Maybe he's going to try to hit it off with her by giving her a platinum Xbox instead of her golden Wii. Maybe he wants to give her his golden Wii, if you know what I mean. He didn't put that in there. He just said the platinum Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, my joke sucks. But
No.
yeah, thank you for the fucking answer, Cooking for Group. Jake is a goddamn asshole.
I looked this
And,
morning, but this morning
uh-huh.
it was 4 a.m. So
Well,
that's when I put this all together. So
there's it's up. What do you think of that? What do you think of Bill Gates? And
so I read a thing actually, and this is gonna get kind of serious here for a minute. I read a thing that from like an insider that said Melinda Gates, they've been wanting to get a divorce for a few years, but because they're billionaires, it's kind of hard to do. And a big reason for it is because of Bill Gates's connection with Jeffrey Epstein. That's what the insider said. Was like,
wow.
Melinda Gates knew that he hung out with Jeffrey Epstein a lot and didn't want to be involved with him.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. I heard, or I don't know how true this is, that Oprah did a thing, like an Oprah interview with Melinda Gates, and she said something about him being, like misogynistic. I think that's the word.
He if he wasn't Bill Gates, he'd absolutely be an incel. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Just playing with his computer parts and shit. Why don't girls love me?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but it's just kind of crazy because I feel like all of the like the big millionaires, billionaires, like Bezos, Bill Gates. I feel like those guys, Tim Cook and Steve Jobs, they were all just fucking
talk about Tim Cook in a minute.
They're all just misogynistic assholes. So
yeah,
that's just the vibe that I'm getting.
You think it's like I think it's like a power thing, though. You know, because like you have to like just be absolutely in love with power to even get to that level, right?
Right.
So misogyny just sort of comes with the power thing. Maybe it's not even misogyny. It's just like they want power over everybody, and you know,
could be. That's why he put microchips in the fucking vaccine. Now he's tracking my every movement.
That's fine. He's already in my computer and my phone. It's whatever.
I mean, he's my best friend at this point. Anyway.
What is Bill Gates gonna do? Like, oh, Jake's at Cafe Rio right now.
Yeah. Oh damn! Oh, he just ordered the fucking chicken quesadilla.
Ooh, Jake's cholesterol is high. He may need to check on that.
Oh man, his Fitbit is going crazy right now.
Maybe it's like
call him an ambulance, but too bad I'm not supposed to be on his wrist, so I'm not gonna call an ambulance.
Maybe it's like a Suicide Squad thing where they put the chip in their neck and it explodes. Maybe what we just have that in our arm now.
Maybe that's what it is.
And it just blows our arm off.
It just blows up. If we ever do anything like riot or something, they can be like, all those vaccines we put on you, and then our arm blows off.
QAnon is going to get behind this 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they aren't already,
yeah,
there's something about that.
I like this conspiracy. I'm going to back this one.
Yeah, I like.
Get
this
Alex
one.
Jones on the phone.
Let's do it. And what's the other guy? Shapiro. Let's get that guy in here.
Yeah, I don't know if Ben Shapiro buys into that stuff, but maybe. He's friends with Alex Jones.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Me either.
What
you been playing, Nick?
I've been playing a whole lot of nothing recently. Been a real busy week for me, like in the life department. However, I have been playing Returnal, and I got to the final boss, or at least as far as I'm concerned, it's the final boss. I got to phase 2 of the final boss and died right at the end. So it was like, okay. But it's a really cool boss, and it seems pretty easy. That's probably the biggest complaint that I have about this game. I know last week I was poop bad at it, but then I had one run where I just plowed through it, and I got to the boss, and I'm like, wow, okay, well, I was just extremely underleveled, and I didn't have a lot of health pretty much the whole time, and I feel like the the levels just get easier. Like that first level was hard, but then you get the second level and that's easier than the first one. And then the last one is somehow easier, but they have like one or two enemies in it that are kind of a pain in the ass. And I feel like that's going to be the issue for me with this one. And also, there's only 3 biomes.
Is there only 3? I thought there were 5.
I thought there were a lot, but there's only 3. You got the forest, the desert, and some like decrepit city.
I thought there were 5 biomes.
City. I from what I've heard,
I read that there's at least 5 bosses though.
There might be 5 bosses. There might be like secret areas where you fight other bosses, but as far I've gotten to the top of the mountain where the white noise is, and it's like, oh, you've been talking to me the whole time, and there's like a cutscene, and then you fight this boss. But like, I don't know what it is after you beat the game. So biomes in Returnal. But yeah, I feel like this isn't, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So apparently there's 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bosses. So maybe I'm completely wrong. There are 5 bosses in Returnal. The exception is Fractured Waste, which doesn't have a final boss. Instead, you find new equipment and lets you dive underwater, unlocking Abyssal Scar. Okay, so I haven't gotten that far, and that sounds fucking dope. So,
I do want to say, I think people are really blowing the difficulty of this game out of proportion. Yeah. I think the only thing that makes this game difficult is that the runs are like 2 hours long, and when you die, it just sucks because the runs are so fucking long.
Yeah.
Because even like Hades, a run is like maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long run too.
Yeah.
45 to an hour is a long run in Hades.
Every run I've had in Returnal, unless I just like fuck up and die really early, but like most of my runs have been like 2 hour runs.
Yeah, I agree. It takes forever, and there's no like save progress yet in the game. Like once you get to a second floor, like Gungeon didn't have it for a while, and then they added it where you can either like freeze yourself before you go into the next place as like a save, and then when you turn it back on, you're on that floor, and that would be cool. Just before you get to the next floor, then you're like, okay, I need to stop here.
Yeah.
Another thing that I don't like about
just
the game
a save state would be fine.
Yeah. Another thing I don't like about the game is you don't have to beat the fucking bosses again. Once you beat them, you just skip right over them.
It's because the runs are so long.
I guess.
It's like straight up a 2 hour run per biome. So like, if you're gonna have to beat all the bosses again, that's gonna be like if there's 5 bosses. That's going to be like a 10-hour run. That's insane.
That's gaming, baby.
Yeah, because I've been seeing this online. I've been seeing this online a lot where people are like, well, just get good. Because people are like, I want saves, and people are like, just get good. And it's like, no, the problem is I'm too fucking good. And I don't die, which makes my save. It makes me want to save. Maybe you should get good, so you want to save too. Yeah. I'm too good at the game.
Yeah, I feel it, dude. Because then once you get a couple of things, you're like, oh shit, I'm unstoppable. Let's go through every fucking door and open every fucking thing and look at everything.
Yeah,
it takes a good long time. But if you're just flying through, then of course you're gonna,
I have found you end up looking at everything and you're like, I don't really need any of this shit. There's a lot of side stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's a gun, but my current gun is fine. And
the guns are like the only thing I really pick up.
Yeah,
like as far as like I'm paying attention to what it does. Otherwise, it's like, oh, here's the thing on the ground. I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it's gonna make me better or not. Yeah,
it's like I don't care. Whatever it is, it'll change the game a little bit.
The only thing I pay attention to is if it's gonna like leave an ailment on me or whatever.
Right. And sometimes, most of the time, I don't even care unless I have two already, because then once you get a third one, then it takes off something else. So yeah, it's fun though. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it, and
It's
I
a really
want to
cool
jump
game.
back into it. But I'm still fucking busy this weekend or this week, and I don't know when that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But not tonight. It'll probably be tomorrow.
Rest in
Anyway.
peace.
Anyway, after that somber, depressing note, let's get on with the titties, the tidbits of they're just titties. Let's just call them what they are. They're the titties.
Honestly, I will say this entire show is sort of titties,
Right?
Because we're basically just talking about the Epic versus Apple, and just like all the little tidbits that go along with that.
This show in general. Well, it's like there's an overarching, thing for the show, but everything is like little bits of information. So this whole thing's titties about an event that has news in it.
Right, yeah.
So all of our segments are in this episode, kind of all slammed together in one.
It's true.
A couple of titties that came out from this lawsuit with Apple and Epic. A released document revealed that Epic spent $11.6 million in just 9 months on free games. Fucking crazy. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Epic Games spent more than $1 billion on launch exclusives in 2019.
That makes sense.
That's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of capital that they have flying around. That's it. That's the titties. We'll get into the event, which is also news. They're all the same. So the first one, not so big. It's not our big story, but it's also something that happened.
It's a story.
It's a story. It's news. Sony sued for limiting purchases of games to PlayStation Store. This comes from Robert Burnson at Bloomberg. He says, Sony Interactive Entertainment LLC is operating an unlawful monopoly by restricting purchases of PlayStation games to its in-house store. Consumers claim in a lawsuit. In a proposed class action suit, the gamers said Sony stopped allowing third-party retailers, including Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, to sell download codes for PlayStation games 2 years ago. I didn't remember that. I don't remember this ever happening, but apparently it's true.
I didn't know that either. As
a result, Sony's PlayStation Store became the only source for digital PlayStation games. This is a quote from the consumers. Sony's monopoly allows it to charge supra-competitive prices for digital PlayStation games, which are significantly higher than their physical counterparts sold in a competitive retail market, and significantly higher than they would be in a competitive retail market for digital games. People end up paying as much as 175% more for downloadable games than the same ones on disc, according to the suit. I threw this in here because I thought, fuck, I don't remember them ever like taking out like those PlayStation monies from, like, you can't buy PlayStation games from anywhere but the PlayStation Store now.
I think you can buy the like PlayStation monies, like gift cards.
Right. I misspoke.
You can't buy like Fortnite digital only copies at Target.
A free game.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Like Forza Horizon.
Yeah, but digital, no disc. It just comes with the little QR code to enter or whatever.
Yeah, but honestly, were those ever on sale? I'd always go to Best Buy.
Well, I said Fortnite for a reason, because that was literally a thing where you could buy Fortnite, like the case, and it just came with like a little QR code that gave you like DLC. Right. I remember that being a thing, and everyone's like, "Why would you buy that?"
Yeah. Why spend the money? But like when like Killzone came out, whatever it was, I remember seeing, or Call of Duty, Killzone and Call of Duty, I know had the little like plastic cards. You take it up to the thing, and then they print out like a game code or whatever. those were like never on sale. You could never find those for less than $50. So I don't know. PlayStation, and I have to get behind PlayStation on this one because they're doing a great job with the sales. Every week there's a new sale, I feel like, and things are like, oh, it's $20 now.
Yeah,
or it's free now.
It's kind of true though, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in one of the upcoming things. But it is sort of like a weird. It is like a kind of a monopoly, but not, because you can go to Xbox and you can go to.
Right.
So it's a weird. We're in a weird. What's it called when it's not a monopoly? It's like a duopoly or whatever. That's kind of where we're at, where it's not quite a monopoly, but it's like a conglomerate. People say that about cell phone companies, right? Where it's not technically a monopoly, but it kind of is, because there's like 3 cell phone companies.
Right. Yeah, you get Samsung, Google, and Apple. Yeah.
Or people say that about electricity companies, right?
Or electricity and cable companies. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with video games. And it is unfortunate because before that, yeah, the consoles were still a monopoly, but the way they were sold was a bit more, fair consumer decides.
And
this year
and the end of last year has just been shit markets for consumers, just as a whole. Like, you want to buy a car? Good fucking luck. You want to buy a house? Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
You want to get a good deal on literally anything? Good fucking luck. You want to buy a PlayStation? No way. You want to buy a graphics card? No way. You want to buy it's just like, fuck, dude. I can't buy any of the things that I want to buy, and I literally will pay for them.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. This year sucks, and it just keeps getting worse.
But I think what he means by it being like more expensive digitally than physically, I mean, for one, like, if you're buying it physically, it's gonna, like, on launch, it's the same price digitally and physically, but physically you're getting a disc and a case. But also digitally, it could stay, Pokemon could stay $60 forever digitally. Well, at brick and mortar shops, it's like $20 or whatever, 30. It's not. Yeah. It's not now, but you get.
You just sell it to like a secondhand store or something,
right,
and they sell it for pennies.
Right.
And the game's still $70. Like, you buy Pokemon Snap or whatever, you spent $70 on it, then you sell it because you didn't like it, and then that store goes, okay, well, we sold it, or we bought it for 50, so we're gonna sell it for 55. It's like, that's a pretty fucking good deal, but nowhere on the digital store can you buy it for 55.
Right.
So, yeah, But then that brings up another thing with, like, it's not. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something about, like, the difference between digital and physical. Like, physical doesn't seem to really matter anyway, other than the pricing.
Right.
Because you're gonna have to install everything. You're gonna have to move discs around. You're installing the entire game. It doesn't save any space. It's just a hassle, and and it's pretty much always online anyway. So
right, yeah, and patches,
So
we're in a weird spot with video games for sure.
Yeah, at least as far as how they come, how you buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into the big thing that happened. It was very strange. I saw it on my YouTube news feed. It's like, hey, this thing's going on, and you can listen to the courtroom. And I'm like, that's weird. That just seems odd to me. But the story is Epic versus Apple has leaked a lot of weird things and has been a wild ride all week. Epic versus Apple explained. What the trial is about by Tyler Wilde from PC Gamer. He says, last year, Epic Games intentionally broke Apple's rules by putting its own payment processing system in the iPhone version of Fortnite, bypassing Apple's 30% fee and giving players a V-Bucks discount. Apple responded by kicking Fortnite off the iOS App Store, while Epic launched a lawsuit and PR campaign declaring the iPhone maker anti-competitive.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into that at all?
Yeah, it's wild because it sounds like Fortnite and Epic did this intentionally. And they did it to be like, we're gonna expose iPhone right now. We're gonna expose Apple for basically like there's tons of
having a monopoly.
Yeah, and there's tons of other apps that do this. Like if you're on like the same thing exists on this thing, but it's not an issue. But on iPhone, it's a huge issue because they're not making their money. And this kind of goes back to the Sony thing, where, you know, that's what they're saying is like Sony gets a huge cut of every single video game. So like, yeah, that's kind of what Epic is saying. Like they're taking a huge cut of all of our in-game purchases, even though we're in charge of it. We do all of that.
What it is, it sounds like it's just like a fucking like Apple's being a pimp, and all of the the gaming industry it's fucking hookers or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It's girls. So then you send your girls out, and they're supposed to bring you 30% or whatever, and then you know you find pimp daddy Apple finds out that Epic has been keeping some money on the side, all of her tips on the side, and he's like, bitch, that's my money. And it just seems very what's the like a gang. Like, what is the Italian, like a
mafia?
Mob. It sounds like a mafia almost, you know, the way it's set up. It's like, all right, you gotta give me 30%, or I'm taking your knees out. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we can't just run our own store next to you within your nope, you gotta pay the city. You gotta pay the city. You know, I just don't get that. And then I did the
I also want to specify, like, neither me or Nick are lawyers, and like all of this shit is
what
just
are you talking
like,
about? I went to school for 8 years.
Like, I could give my best, you know, read of it, but ultimately it's up to the judge to decide what's going to happen. And, you know, I'm not a lawyer, but I do think this next article, Nick, I'm setting you up here. I think this next article kind of puts some context into what's actually happening here. If you want to read that.
Epic versus Apple turns into Windows versus Xbox by Addie Robertson at The Verge. Is an iPhone more like a PC or an Xbox? That is the question that was asked implicitly, and explicitly over and over on the third day of Epic versus Apple testimony. The antitrust trial started on Monday with some heady pronunciations about Fortnite, the game and or metaverse at the heart of the case. Yesterday, both sides argued about whether iPhones and iPads are truly locked down. And today, Apple and Epic delved into one of the biggest questions on the trial, whether saying iOS violates antitrust laws that would make every major game console an unlawful monopoly to. Apple's attorneys issued a dire warning to Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft during its opening statement, saying that their business models were all functionally similar. If Epic prevails, other ecosystems will fall too, they warned. But today, Epic called up Microsoft Xbox business development head Lori Wright as a sympathetic witness in response to a line of questioning. Wright divided computing devices into special purpose and general purpose devices in a way that clearly defined iPhones as general purpose devices. For sure.
First things first, Lori Wright, that's my mom's name, so that's pretty wild. Just had to throw that out there.
Dude, she's been playing you. She works as the development head at Xbox.
My mom is this sympathetic witness.
Yeah. You had no idea.
Yeah, who knew? My mom's a hardcore gamer. All these times, all these years.
All these time. Yeah, so that pretty much says that try to break this article down a little bit, what I just read. So the question is like, is an iPhone more like a PC or an Xbox, or like what is an iPhone? And at that point, where do we draw the line? People fucking love drawing the line on everything. It's like, where are we gonna fucking categorize this so that we are in legal bindings of certain things? You know, it just it blows my mind because it's all the same shit.
Well, and
It's all the same shit.
brings up an interesting question, right? Because I've got this Dell laptop in front of me, right? And I could do whatever I want with it. I can put whatever OS I want on it. I can put, I could do whatever I want with it. And like on Microsoft or on Windows, I can download any sort of service I want onto my operating system.
Right.
But then I go over to my PlayStation, which is essentially the same fucking thing. And I can't do that. If I were to jailbreak it or whatever, it's totally, I've broken the warranty. I can't get it fixed. I've also been like watching a lot of videos, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but I've been watching a lot of videos about the Right to Repair Acts, and how that's like a huge issue. And I feel like this makes me think of the same sort of thing where it's like, I should have the right to repair my iPhone, but iPhone makes it incredibly hard to repair your iPhone. So ultimately what people do is they just throw away their iPhones, and these iPhones just end up in landfills and like, destroy things. When in reality, iPhone should make those parts and pieces more readily available so people can just fucking repair their iPhones and keep them longer.
Well, yeah. You remember like in the old days when we used to have flip phones and the battery fucking came out, you
just get a new battery. Yeah.
You just fucking, okay, let me just replace this part that broke and your phone works again. iPhone, Apple, everything is like, oh, it broke and or it overheated and it fried this little piece that I can easily take off of my PC and take another one and put it on there. But it's like, no, it just won't fucking work if you do that.
Yeah. And I feel like the same is sort of true where it's like, I bought my iPhone, or like what separates the iPhone from this Dell computer? What separates the iPhone and the iOS, and what separates PlayStation for that matter from this Dell computer that is basically the same fucking parts as a PlayStation? And it is a slippery slope, and it's like a weird question. Like, how do you answer this question? I guess they should be able to do whatever they want with their devices and sell them however they want. But at the same time, I feel like consumers should be able to do whatever the fuck they want with their devices. It's a slippery slope, and it's very confusing. It's a very hard topic to talk about, I think.
The really shitty thing is, and I'm gonna fix this whole issue right now. The really shitty thing is, a company will build whatever they have, whatever they want, right? They can, especially a company like Apple, they can build whatever they want. They can be like, we killed 600 puppies and put it in this phone, and now we're selling it.
They put the puppies in the phone?
In the phone. They grind them up like little fucking Vienna sausages.
Oh, God.
And then smash it down, and then they put it in the phone. Right? They could say that. Or they could do that. They don't necessarily have to say it, but they could do that and sell you the phone. And I guarantee you, people will still fucking buy this shitty phone that killed all 16 puppies to make. It's because of the branding. If people just stopped fucking buying shit that has this sort of, jail lock on it, they wouldn't sell it. But people keep buying this shit, and it's like, okay, well, I have my Dell computer, and it works and it does what I need it to do, and if it breaks, I'll do that. And that's cool. Like I'm totally cool with that. And which is a reason why I won't buy anything Apple, because if something on an Apple breaks, I have to pay X amount of money. I don't know how much money it is for Apple Care or whatever the fuck. And then I have to go and, have a professional look at it and go, oh yeah, your battery's dead. We're just going to give you a new battery and put that in for you. It's like, well, I could have fucking done that myself without spending,
Well, oftentimes what they'll do is just say, oh, that phone is too old. We don't service it anymore.
Yeah, that too. Like, okay, yeah, your phone's old and broken. And it's like, but it still fucking works.
Yeah, we don't service it anymore. And then you're like,
take the part out and replace it.
Well, and Apple says, we don't service it anymore. And then you say, okay, where can I go to get it serviced? And then they say, well, no one else is allowed to service it.
Right. And
so they don't service it anymore. And they also don't make parts readily available so other people can service it. That's
the problem, though. It's because people keep buying it, even though it is
right. But people are part of this ecosystem. Like,
right. Right, but they're this companies nowadays are so anti-consumer. I was talking about this earlier. They're so anti-consumer that it's just become a normal thing. Like, oh yeah, I gotta update my phone every 5 years because it literally fucking dies. It has a kill switch somewhere in.
Dude, you're lucky if you make it 5 years.
I know it's got a satellite somewhere that kills the battery.
My phone is just hitting like 3, I think, and it's like I need a new phone because it barely runs now. It's insane. So
it's stupid, and we keep buying it. Like I feel like if somebody made a company, any sort of company, what comes to mind right now is like Cox versus CenturyLink or Comcast or whatever. If somebody out there made a fucking reasonable internet provider service that just, somebody put $10 billion into it, like, I don't know, Jeff Bezos is like, hey, I'm gonna make a new thing and it's just gonna be cheap internet. People would jump on that so fucking quick, and it would change everything. But nobody has the money anymore to make anything like that.
Yeah, well, the problem is like they're saying, it's like it's a monopoly where it's like you kind of need these things these days. You need internet, you need phones. So like the phone companies are like, fuck it, they're gonna buy it anyway. Same with the internet. It's like they need it. They're gonna buy it anyway.
They're gonna buy it, and
we could charge whatever we want, and we can also put any sort of restrictions we want on it too.
Yeah, and we can go down all the time. The internet, we can kill our service, even phones. We can kill our phones. We can kill our internet, and you still have to pay us because that's just the normal now. Yeah. It's so anti-consumer. It's horrible. This world sucks. Anyway, moving on to the next little bit. Epic versus Apple continued. 10 strangest facts the Fortnite trial has revealed so far by Matthew Bird from Den of Geeks. I have never heard of that.
So all of these are just sort of just some fun little pieces of news.
Okay. So these are like little titties.
Little titties. These are all little titties. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like this whole show is going to be like titties.
Little titties. All right.
Yeah.
Among Us, I read Among, and it just went Among Us because video games is everything. Let me start over. Among the many things revealed by leaked internal Epic documents is a loose kind of confirmation Epic doesn't intend to stop adding bizarre crossover characters to Fortnite anytime soon. Wow, that is a run-on sentence. In fact, documents that have been disclosed so far seemingly reveal that the following celebrities and characters may be coming to Fortnite in some capacity. And the list goes: Samus Aran from, the famous game Samus. Naruto Uzumaki from Bleach. LeBron James
from the Chicago Bulls.
I was going to say the famous football player. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is in the movie Holiday.
It's hard. It's hard because he's in everything.
I know, it's real. I was like, oh, the professional. He's in everything. Katniss Everdeen, who is Black Widow. or Twilight works too. The Bride from Kill Bill. Yeah, and
Famous Stanley Kubrick movie.
Yes. Well, I know John McClane, who kicked a guy off of a building
from Rambo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then Snake Plissken. Who the hell is Snake Plissken?
For real?
For real.
You don't know who Snake Plissken is?
Is that Snake like
from
Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Is that really his fucking name?
Yeah.
Plissken? What a stupid fucking name. All right, Kojima.
Well, Snake Plissken is from Escape from New York, but that's what Snake is based off of. So.
Oh, okay. Oh well, he's gonna be in Fortnite. Lady Gaga, she was just on SNL with Elon Musk. Lady Gaga, and Ariana Grande, who is it's a type of drink you get from Starbucks.
Yeah.
all of those famous things are going to be in Fortnite apparently, or are planned to be in Fortnite. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
See, I've brought this up but many times before. Fortnite is just a better Smash Bros.
I don't think it's better.
I don't think it's not better. The idea of getting all of your favorite things into one place is Fortnite. Like, remember when you'd play Smash Bros and you're like, oh my god, all my favorite game characters are in Smash Bros. And now it's just like, okay, well now they just keep adding characters from Fire Emblem.
Hey man, they added Joker.
Yeah.
And Snake.
But this
the real Snake.
But this has got, Samus, Naruto,
right?
A fucking soccer player.
Well, it helps that it's cross-platform. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, that helps. But what the fuck? And
Ariana Grande. I imagine Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga are gonna have those like concerts. I don't think you're gonna like run around as Lady Gaga in Fortnite.
That would be sick, though.
That would be pretty cool. And you like shoot like disco balls or something.
You shoot meat hooks.
Because of the dress.
Because of the dress. I don't know anything else about Lady Gaga.
Well, her music smacks. How about that?
Well, yeah, and then she was in that one movie, So You Think You Can Dance, or whatever.
Dude, she's in this upcoming movie with Adam Driver, and I'm super pumped about it.
Oh, that's going to be pretty good, I'm sure.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Like, obviously, John McClane, The Bride, Katniss, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, whoever this LeBron James guy is, they're all going to be playable,
John McClane, not to be understated there, I love the man.
Right.
The first Die Hard movie still holds up. Still really good.
It's still really fucking good, dude.
It's really good. The other ones, not so much. The first one, though, it's really solid.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it. I saw, what was it? Not another Don't Die Hard on Me.
Live Free or Die Hard.
Live Free or Die Hard. That one was okay.
Yeah, because it's got Kevin Smith in it. It's got Justin Long in it.
It's pretty good. It's different. It's super fucking different. It's very like
the first one's great. The first one's great because it's like, hey, we've got a budget of like $3 million and this building.
Yeah.
Let's do something. And they did something, and it was awesome.
And it was awesome. It's so good.
The second one's cool because it has this scene where it's in an airport and it's like the conveyor belts with all the packaging stuff. And there's like a big shootout in there. That's pretty cool. But besides that movie's...
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
You don't need to. It's all right.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I've seen Die Hard 1 a lot. And
Die Hard 3 is cool because it's got Sam Jackson in it. That's cool.
But I mean, who's cooler than Professor Snape as the bad guy? I forget his name.
Alan Rickman.
He's fucking great in
Hans Gruber.
Yeah. Continuing on this Fortnite bullshit.
Tangents.
Fortnite has made $9 billion in 2 years. Maybe this isn't technically a strange bit of news, but if you're wondering just how successful Fortnite is, Just know that it reportedly generated over $9 billion from the beginning of 2018 to the end of 2019. To put that already incredible number in perspective, it appears that Epic Games generated $108 million from their other games during that same period. Fuck. If that wasn't already clear, Epic Games is pretty much Fortnite at this point from a revenue perspective, and we all fucking knew that.
I didn't know it was that insane, though.
I didn't realize it was that insane either.
Yeah.
It makes sense why they're so into this game, and who the fuck is why? Why is Fortnite still a thing? I feel like it's old.
It's just fun, man. The kids love it.
The kids fucking love it, dude. So we talk about, old games like, Black and shit like that. I'm gonna go on another slight tangent.
Please.
We talk about like Black on the PS2 or Killzone 2 or Metal Gear Solid or Gun Freedom Fighters. I've talked about Freedom Fighters all the time.
Tetris.
Or like old school Pokemon. And these kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna be 27 and you're gonna be like, dude, remember when we played Fortnite? And some kid's gonna go, yeah, man, let's try to get back into it. And then they're gonna I don't know how the future's gonna be. Maybe Fortnite's gonna be forever, everlasting, like RuneScape is currently. But like that's the memory that they're gonna have is, the just healing up and helping your friends up. And
but like we had Counter-Strike and and we had Team Fortress 2 and games like that. Modern Warfare 2. It's the same shit. It's just we're just old, man.
Yeah, I guess, but it's kind of funny to think about that.
Or
like
Minecraft. They all play Minecraft too.
They all play Minecraft. My fucking nephew loves Minecraft, and it's so far beyond what it was when it first came out. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing anymore.
Minecraft is cool though. We can all agree on this. Minecraft is sick.
It is cool. Good game. I'm glad Microsoft got their hands on it because what the company that had it before wasn't doing shit with it.
Mojang.
Yeah. All right. The Epic Game Store is far from profitable. The Epic Game Store has certainly disrupted the PC gaming scene, but documents and emails reveal that it is not yet profitable for Epic and isn't expected to be profitable until around 2024. That's not uncommon for new ventures, especially ones of the size. But what is a little surprising is how much money Epic is spending on the Epic Store in the meantime. In 2020, they spent $444 million on exclusivity deals alone, while gamers did spend $700 million on the Epic Store in 2020. Only $265 million of that came from third-party games. So, yeah, and then the other part of that was Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because crazy.
Yeah, it's but like now that we have the perspective of Fortnite making $9 billion in a fucking year, like 500 million seems like nothing.
2 years, but yeah,
okay,
yeah, okay,
4 billion in a year.
Yeah, as long as you keep going, it's gonna make money, and as long as what if they fucking win this?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it will make that much of a difference.
It's something. It'll make some sort of difference.
It reminds me of Netflix though. Like, Netflix has been basically losing money for years and years because they've been making new content and stuff. But it's like, yeah, that's how you make money in this industry.
How you make you just have to fucking be in the hole the whole time.
Well, and that's why something like Google Stadia is never going to work, because they realize, oh, we got to put in this kind of money.
Right, yeah.
And then they won't do it. But if they did it, I think people would like actually get behind it after time if they stuck with it, like Epic. Because like even I'm like, maybe I should get the Epic Store.
Right?
Like,
yeah, you're totally right. Like if with TikTok, remember the fucking ads that you'd get on TikTok, and you're like, nobody's gonna fucking be on TikTok. These ads are so fucking annoying.
I don't Musical.ly ads, yeah.
I don't see a fucking TikTok ad anywhere anymore because everybody knows what TikTok is. And they had to do that. What they had to do is buy all the fucking ad space they fucking could, put themselves in the hole for this project, and hopefully, all that.
You know what's a great example of that? Are the Beats by Dre. Because those were literally everywhere, and they had like celebrity endorsements where like celebrities would wear them, and they would pay celebrities to use them, and they just like put them in commercials. They'd put them in the background of TV shows until the point like everyone had Beats by Dre for a while. It seems like everyone now is like, yeah, those kind of suck. But for like a good 5 years, like everyone was like Beats by Dre. Those are the ones.
Well, yeah, you gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah.
But then you have to also have a pretty good,
But Google says in this economy,
we don't have the money to waste.
Yeah, we don't have the money,
dude. Fuck Google. Like, just stick with something. I would love some updated Google Glass, please. That would be sweet. I would love that. Anyway, where am I at? Epic had to apologize to Ubisoft for stunning fraud figures. Before I read this, I have a vision of like the head of Epic just coming over to the head of Ubisoft, and he's like, "I'm sorry." That's it. And then the court's just like, way to be the bigger man.
Yves Guillemot is like, it's okay.
It's all right, I guess. All right. In 2019, Epic upgraded the Epic Store security system with long overdue verification options. While such security upgrades were inevitable, it seems that their release at the time may have been partially prompted by the fact that some games on the Epic Store were suffering from a significant number of fraudulent transactions. No game was hit quite so hard by fraudulent transactions as The Division 2. At one point, it seems that over 70% of the Division 2 purchases on the Epic Game Store were made with stolen credit cards and other compromised information. That level of fraud prompted Tim Sweeney to send an email to Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, in which he explained just how unusual that figure was and stated that the fault in the situation is entirely Epic's. So was this part of the Epic versus Apple thing, or this is just another little titty?
No, these are all just things coming out during the trial. Like,
okay.
These are just like random documents that are coming out during the trial. So
I see. Okay,
yeah,
so this is sort of part of the trial still. It's just another little titty.
All of these things have come out during the trial. And that is absolutely stunning. 70% of Division 2 purchases on the Epic Game Store were made with stolen credit cards. That's insane. That's
a lot of fucking money.
That 2A2 or whatever, that website, the one where you buy like really cheap games online. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it's called though.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it almost pretty much is what I explained. It's just like, hey man, sorry, I know these are unusually high, but we fixed it now.
Yves is like, no one uses your service anyway. It's fine.
It's no one. But 70% of those people that do use it are assholes or didn't actually buy our shit.
I like that this quoted too is just like Yves Guillemot says, the fault in this situation is entirely Epic's. Just like Yves is just like, yeah, fuck you, Epic.
Fuck you. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one.
This one's stunning too. This one's crazy.
PlayStation can charge Epic for cross-platform play. I did read about this. The PlayStation team was always hesitant to enable cross-play on PlayStation platforms, but they seemingly finally tore down the wall in 2018 when they opened up cross-play options for various developers and games. However, Epic's documents seem to reveal that the Fortnite studio and possibly other developers have to pay the PlayStation team extra royalties if it is discovered that crossplay is costing them a certain amount of revenue or playtime. Again, it is not clear how or if this deal is enforced with other studios, but it just goes to show how hesitant Sony was to just enable crossplay across the board.
Okay, hold on. Read this next bit though. God, stop calling me. Read this next one. This is crazy.
The PlayStation 4 is responsible for more Fortnite revenue than any other platform. In fact, PlayStation 4 accounts for 46.8% of Fortnite revenue. That's compared to just 27.5% on Xbox, 9.6% on PC, and only 7% on iOS devices prior to the game's Apple Store delisting. That would certainly help explain why Sony isn't insistent on getting their full cut. Yeah, that's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah. PlayStation just dominant. And like, no wonder PlayStation has been so standoffish about doing crossplay, because they're like, why would we do crossplay? We're the biggest fucking thing. Like, we have enough players. We have a huge ecosystem here. We don't need crossplay. Yeah. We're helping the other guys. It's and this is going to be a weird comparison, right? But I'm going to do it anyway.
Do it.
I've heard the comparison. Or I've heard this before, where like a small, let's say like debate culture, right? And everyone says it's very important that we debate people. But an argument against that is, what if I were to bring someone on my platform and say I have a massive platform, I have 6 million subscribers on YouTube, and then I'm bringing on like a neo-Nazi to debate me, and this neo-Nazi has 200 subscribers on YouTube. What I'm really doing is just platforming that guy, right?
Right.
And like, that's a weird comparison, but Sony is probably feeling the same way, where it's like, I'm just giving them an opportunity to play with all my players, and giving my players the opportunity to go to another platform, just free and willing, when I could just say, no, you're going to stay here. Like, I totally get where they're coming from. I totally do.
I get it too. And with those fucking numbers, especially with this Fortnite thing, with those numbers, 46%, almost 50% of the Fortnite players, it doesn't seem bad. It doesn't seem terrible that Epic is like, yeah, here, we'll pay you for crossplay. Because, what? Obviously, you should. That's 50% of your base that does not need to play with anybody else.
PlayStation can just say, just take your game off my store then.
Well, they could do that, or they could just be like, we're just going to keep these 46 and your 27 plus 9.
But if Fortnite continues to like do cross-platform, they'll just say, okay, take it off my store then. We don't want cross-platform on here, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Or you can pay me royalties. I get it. It's crazy.
I get it. That's such a good call. Super shitty for the Epic, but
fuck Epic. Super, like they're making it's a win-win, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is, and the fact that they are paying those royalties to have those cross-platform things is like a good guy move. It's like, good on you, Epic, because
Epic has a say in that. PlayStation said, you're paying us these royalties, or you can take your game off our store.
No, I'm sure they could be like, you're on PlayStation, only PlayStation's playing with PlayStation.
Right, yeah, exactly. But if Fortnite is like, if Fortnite activated the crossplay and continued to do that without paying PlayStation royalties, PlayStation would say, get the fuck off my store. And that's 46% of their player base just gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
I would love to see this breakdown for other games too that have crossplay. I would love to know.
But the fact that PlayStation is willing to, budge a little bit on this, and Epic is willing to pay that and not just be like, okay, well, PlayStation's just going to play with PlayStation because we don't want to pay for the crossplay. It just kind of paints Epic in a pretty good light for players.
And I think it also is like PlayStation acknowledges that crossplay is good for gamers and they want to do that, but as a business proposition, it doesn't make much sense without making the royalties as well.
Right.
So
right.
that
Exactly.
it just kind of checks out. And if Xbox was in that same position, they'd be doing the same thing, but they're not. So they don't have a because Epic, Xbox could demand royalties from Epic as well for doing that, and Epic could say, "We don't care about you. We'll just take our game off your fucking service, and we'll just put it on PlayStation."
Yeah, it's a different, it's a very different conversation. Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I think that this whole trial doesn't even fucking matter. It's 7% of their player base was on iOS.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this whole trial doesn't fucking matter. This is all just a big dick swinging competition, just to see who's got the bigger dick.
I think it's to either fuck up Apple, or to like to shine the light on Apple a little bit, or nothing will come of it, and it's just like whatever. We try.
I feel like it's almost like Epic is like, we want to put our own Epic store on like Android devices and iOS.
Android devices, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Where like you can either have the what is it called? The App Store, I guess, or you can also download the Epic Store on your game, on your iPhone. That would be interesting. And why not? We have computers that have Epic, Steam,
Xbox.
Xbox. We have that already on computers.
EA
Your
Play.
phone is just a tiny little computer.
Or Origin, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck.
And then the last little titty. A 2019 email from Epic Games co-founder Mark Ryan seemingly confirms that Walmart is working on a cloud gaming service called Project Storm. While Ryan said he's tried the service and was impressed by it, it's not entirely clear whether or not Walmart is still working on the Project Storm, or when they intend to reveal and release it. Don't do that.
Whatever, man. Go ahead, Walmart. I don't care. I feel like it's Walmart wants to put out like a cheap alternative. Like, how Walmart has those like on electronic devices things where it's just like cheap versions of everything. They have like cheap cords and stuff, and it's called On, ONN. I think that's like a Walmart brand thing. And like I feel like Walmart's just trying to get it. They're like, hey, we'll just make the really cheap version. It's gonna be shit. Like, they've got the cheap phones there. They've got the cheap, like, they're like, hey, we'll make a cheap Oculus. We got a cheap Oculus. You want a cheap cloud service? It runs on your phone. It runs at 5 frames per second, but it costs $3. It costs $3 a month.
Yeah. But like, what the fuck would they have on it? Like, on this Walmart, like, what would their exclusives be? They probably wouldn't have exclusives. It would probably be like
Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah. Math with that frog math.
Yeah.
I forget what that's
the car one. The learning car game.
Oh, the learning car game. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't remember the name of it
or
either.
They've got Oregon Trail on there.
There you go. Yeah, everything that we played in grade school is on there. Yeah.
But it comes with a gaming mouse.
Well, put a screen on that gaming mouse.
Yeah. Oh, that's the future, dude. Touchpad gaming mouse.
The touchpad game. Ew. It's a fucking trackpad. Like, what the fuck? There's no button clicks. It's just a fucking screen.
It's got button clicks, but this is also a screen, so you could still click, but it's a screen as well.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want that. I mean, maybe if they do it right, we'll see.
Hey, Darrow Mero's back. Darrow Mero 89 is back, and he says, "Hey, are you able to put your leg behind your head?"
Yes, again, yes.
Back again.
I am able, but again, I'm still not wearing pants.
Yeah.
So I cannot. And I'm sorry, Daryl Merrill. Daryl Merrill? That's your name?
That's his name. That's his name.
All right. I cannot. I can. It is possible for me to do that. Just I don't want to get flagged for it.
Yeah, I don't think I could, but you know.
You wouldn't even try. Okay. All right. You're just a fucking quitter.
I am. Yeah.
All right. What to look forward to next week? Apparently Subnautica's Below Zero is coming out May 14th. PlayStation. Oh, everything. It's coming out on everything. It looks like. Also, this one's kind of exciting. Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out on everything except for Switch May 14th as well. So that's cool. Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind, comes out on the Switch May 14th. Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir comes out on Switch May 14th. And Hood Outlaws and Legends is fucking out today for everything except for Switch. Who fucking knew? I didn't know. Did you know? You know that this game came out?
I remember the advertisements for this game, but
I don't. Yeah. I remember them showing off the Ranger.
Yeah,
and that was the only advertisement.
Like 2 years ago, yeah.
And yeah. So fuck, I didn't even see. I saw 4 reviews on OpenCritic that seem okay, but it's only 4 reviews, so I didn't even put it in this next segment, which is
maybe we'll have it next week, but
maybe I don't know if this game even got any. This game is going to flop so hard. The next segment is recent reviews via OpenCritic. The only really game that had the amount of reviews that warrants getting on the show is Resident Evil Village, or Resident Evil 8. It got an 84 out of 108 critics.
That's a lot of critics.
A lot of people.
That's pretty high for that many critics.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
It's still not as high as Returnal, which is sitting at 86. So, suck on that, RE Village.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Totally different fan base, probably. Moving right along, that kind of wraps up the end of our show. Jake, do you have a question for these people? Do I need to give you a minute? Can I?
No, I got a question. My question is...
Here we go. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Go.
What do you guys think will come out of this trial? That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
I just kind of want everyone's take on this whole thing, because it's been wild. It's been a weird week for video games with all this stuff.
It sure has.
I've been watching it unravel, and as I've been watching it unravel, I'm like, how are we gonna like talk about this on the show? There's so much shit. I think we did a pretty good job.
I think so. Tangents here and there. Yeah. I actually enjoyed this show quite a bit. Usually when there's like one thing to talk about, I'm like, all right, we gotta stretch this bad boy out. But this had some interesting shit.
Yeah,
interesting stuff.
That's the first time we said interesting this whole show.
Oh, you said it earlier. Yeah. Don't forget to check out the other Loner Gamecasts. Well, don't forget to check out the other Loner Gamecast, but also the other Lonercast shows. We got Loner Spoiler Casts. We got Loner something. Jake and Corey podcast. We got a whole bunch of podcasts, and it just keeps getting bigger, and the list keeps growing. Soon we'll be doing we're gonna start doing the entire MCU.
MCU in review.
Yeah, we're doing Iron Man first, so that should be coming out. If not this coming week, it probably won't be this week. It'll probably be next week.
Yeah,
it'll be probably next week. So stay tuned for that. That one's going to be good. Iron Man is a great movie.
Fantastic. Holds up really well.
And don't forget, I am at fatal_microwave on Twitter. You don't need Jake's. But if you really do want it, it's at emergency pizza_. on Twitter.
You don't
and
want Jake's.
Always, you don't want Jake's.
It's just him
Except
shitting on
he-
Colin Moriarty for most of it.
He posts way more on Twitter than I do, so it's a little more interesting. As always, the show airs live at 3:30 on twitch.tv/lonercast, and
Every Monday.
Jake's every Monday. Thank you. And Jake streams pretty much religiously,
At least once a week, usually.
at least once a week, and it'll be like later in the night, but he's there. If you're up at night and you can't sleep. Let Jake.
Or you're in Europe.
lull you to sleep. Or you're in Europe and you're just waking up. Jake's up. He's up. He's playing some shit.
Yeah, playing Spider-Man or something.
What did you play? You played Returnal. You played some
Spider-Man.
Overcooked 2. I saw that.
Some
I saw that one.
Overcooked. Played some MLB The Show 21.
No, you didn't. You opened it up. It's out of the Saran wrap.
Oh, I opened it up, baby.
God damn.
This bad.
Let's see the inside. Let's see the
That-
inside. Oh,
Look at that
look at
steel
that.
book.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! Look at that suited man right there.
It's a dashing young man.
God damn.
This is some famous baseball man.
It's got to be like.
Jackie Robinson.
Oh, I was thinking of like Barry White or whatever that guy's name.
Oh, I have to enter this code to get the Jackie Robinson stuff. Here, if you guys download it before me, it's all yours.
Jake will never fucking download that, but there you go.
I will, but if someone else downloads it before me, there you go. You're welcome.
There you go. All right, that's it. That's it, everybody. See you next week. This is fun. Bye bye.